Konami in the OCG just announced yet another new Witchcrafter support card in, well, in the OCG. However, this one is not going to be released in any booster set because this one is a promo card. And this one might just be the card that makes Witchcrafters tier 0. Possible? Absolutely. But what is the name of the card? Well, the name of the card, excuse me, is known as Witchcrafter Seed, which is a 4-star wind spellcaster with 1300 attack and 1500 defense. Now, typically, whenever we get these types of promo cards, whether they're jump promos or whatever, usually it takes about almost a year before we get them in the TCG. So it's pretty safe to say that we probably won't be getting this until later in the year, maybe sometime next year, perhaps. Only time will tell. But both of this card's effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, and you control a Witchcrafter monster other than this card, or Regulus the Prince of Endymion, you can target a face-up card on the field, return it to the hand. Second effect reads: you can banish this card from your grave, reveal any number of cards in your hand, including a spell, and shuffle them into the deck, then draw them any cards. Okay, so not only is this a compulse, but you also get to basically refresh your hand, ensuring that you get to your combo pieces. It's like I said, this card is going to make Witchcrafter decks tier 0 because of the fact that you're going to be seeing a lot of your bricks in your opening hand, and if you're going second and you top deck this card basically gives you, this card essentially gives you everything you need. So think about this: Witchcrafter Trap Tricks, not a bad idea. In fact, I think Trap Trick Sarah actually does require a Trap Tricks monster, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go on Master Duel. Hopefully I can. And looks like I can. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys Witchcrafter Sarah, because I believe that Trap Trick Sarah, sorry, because I think Sarah does require okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it does require a non-link Trap Tricks monster. So you could theoretically go into go into pretty much like any link monster that only requires one link, that only requires one summon, like one monster. So you could do so you could do in my so the way I would see it, you could do normal summon. Especially if you're going second, you can go normal summon seed effect, bounce one of your opponent's cards to the hand, and then just go and then just link it off into into potentially a into potentially just anything, like anything that just requires just one monster, which has to be, it would have to be a generic monster, like potentially Artemis, the Magis's Moon Maiden. You can go into that. You can go into what's another good one? What's another good one you could go to? Oh my god! Oh my god! There are so many of them. You can go into uh, Zebufora, Valmonican, Hollow Heathen, which only requires one effect monster. There's a lot. There's a lot of good cards that you can go into. Um, just off of Seed's normal summon alone, and then and then after you've linked it off, you can banish this card from your grave, and then essentially just reshuffle your whole hand, which is insane. I can see a world where Witchcrafter Dark Magician could potentially be meta because of the fact that it does use up a lot of spellcasters. It uses up a lot of dragons. It's possible that Dark Magician could help make Witchcrafter tier 0. Maybe even Blue Eyes can also help make Witchcrafter tier 0 because of the fact that you're linking off the normal summon of Seed into Spirit with Eyes of Blue, and that essentially can give you full combo. Like, especially going first, that can get you that can get you to all of your combo pieces, and your end board turn 1 is going to be 3 Blue Eye Spirit Dragons plus what you call it? Oh my god, what's the other one? Oh my god, I cannot think of the name. Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and then the moment your opponent activates a card, like let's say for example they activate, I'll say Lightning Storm, and they target your monster. They target your monsters, right? Let's say that. You can activate all 3 Spirit Dragon's effects to send them to the graveyard, and then you would summon out Blue Eyes Spirit Ultimate Dragon, Crimson Dragon, and what's the other one? Stardust Seafer Divine Dragon, and then because that Seafer Dragon's effect would protect your cards from being destroyed the first time, you can then go Crimson Dragon effect, add Synchro Rumble to your hand, and then use Crimson Dragon's effect again. Target, I'll say the Spirit Dragon. Send Crimson Dragon back into the extra deck, and you can summon Cosmic Blazar Dragon right off the bat, which is insane. Actually, I think you can Actually, hold on. Now that I think about it, I actually have my Blue Eyes deck here with me. Actually, yes, you can. Yes, that is actually a fact. You can summon out Cosmic Blazar Dragon right off the bat, and you essentially would have yourself 1, 2, 3 negates on board, plus a couple of potential disruptions on board, which one of them can be Drill Beam, the other one could be Oh my god, what's the other one? Um, Majesty of the White Dragons, if I remember right. Um, which can pop a certain amount of cards on your opponent's board, plus a few hand traps on in hand as well with dominance cards like Dominus Impulse and shit. Come on, come on. Even you guys have to admit that is insane. That is an insane turn one board. Now going second, I'm pretty sure you'd be able to make the same board, but you can only attack with like maybe two monsters, and that's about it. That's literally about it, which is not the best, but it's not the worst either. But honestly, I really don't know if those kinds of decks would ever come to fruition because of the fact that Witchcrafter, I believe, if I remember right, has a couple of setbacks, and one of them is that the deck can easily die to Droll, it can die to Nibiru, and I believe it can also die to Ash, if I remember right. But as long as you have cards that can out all the hand traps, you're pretty much just golden. You're pretty much just off to the races from there, and your turn one board can be nasty. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.